back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. The in-season tournament, a complete joke. A complete joke. Can we throw this thing away? Can we get rid of it? It's a complete joke. Oh, goodness. We did a video last night on Wemby and how this guy is... I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't know to say if this guy is good, garbage, miscoached. The whole NBA is screwed up. I really don't know what to say for this guy. But I want to talk more about just the whole in-season tournament in general. We talked about that Lakers Spurs game. It was a joke. If you want to see that video, I got that video posted from last night. I had more energy last night about that game. So I told you, I said, look, I'm going to do that video tonight or last night because I'm not going to have the same energy. And I was about to strangle the TV yesterday. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. I want to talk about the in-season tournament more in general and who played last night. But Wemby, I'm like I said last night, I'm done with him. You can have this guy. It's a complete joke how this guy just sits out on the perimeter all game like he's Steph Curry. Like he's Steph Curry. And AD took, I don't know, AD took a couple threes and he hit most of them for the most part, right? But this guy Wemby took 12 threes, and I think he only hit like 4, and he took half of his shots from 3. Let me make sure. Yes, he took 13 threes, only hit 4, had like five turnovers. AD was 2 for 4. This is what I'm talking about. When I talk about a real center that knows what the hell he's doing, knows his abilities, not just some guy that's trying to, I'm 7'4", I can shoot the 3. I'm going to do something that nobody's never did. Hakeem never did this. Kareem never did this. Ewing's never did this. I'm going to sit out there and launch threes instead of getting deep in the post, turning around and bamming on dudes. We talked about this guy's, what was it? His free throw percentage is 87%. So this dude is pretty much gold from the line. But he's out there shooting threes. Why? AD's not out there shooting threes. So how does that make any sense that this guy's out there shooting threes and bricking it up and not giving you AD 40 points and only hit so 6 of those points will be from the 3-point range. Yes, AD shot. He did attempt 4, but that's okay. That's good. Joker's not going to attempt no more than about 4 threes in a game. Maybe Joel Embiid. These guys are real centers. These guys know their ability. These guys know that there's nobody in the paint that could ever stop them. So there's no way they would sit up there and launch all these threes. It would be a waste of time. I don't know. This would be similar to, I don't know, B.J. Armstrong playing in a post in the 90s. Come on, man. Now somebody says, what kind of comparison is that? I don't know, man, but this guy isn't going to hit these threes at the right time. He just, most of his game, we talked about it yesterday, his game isn't impactful. When I watch him play the Lakers, there's no impact on what he was doing. Yes, he will hit some shots. Everybody's hitting shots, but there's really no impact on what he's doing. His rebounds aren't dominant. His blocks really aren't dominant. Nobody's scared to, battle him for a rebound. Nobody's scared to go in the paint because he's in there. He just happens to get blocked sometimes. Yes, he got a couple good blocks, but he doesn't seem like this enforcer. Look, guys, we talked about this yesterday. I want to move on. If you want to see that video, last night that I made on this, go ahead. And we'll even talk about it even more. But I want to talk about some other games. The fact that for the last couple years, or maybe few years, they done turn this game into some, I don't know what this is. I don't even know. How is this basketball? I don't even know how this is remotely close to basketball. So the past few years, what they did was they put all 4 guys. Remember, I'm going to say this again. Because what they try to do, not only in the NBA, in the world, they always trying to change history to something that wasn't. That's what they do, right? If you live on this earth long enough, I don't know. If you're 20 years old, wait until you get 40 years old. They're going to change history again. That's what happens on this earth. Everything's a lie. But the NBA, they try to change history. That's what they try to do. When the Warriors were shooting all these threes back in the 2010s, they try to make it seem like The whole Warriors team was out there shooting threes. No, it was Steph and it was Clay. And if Clay would have never showed up, it would never really worked. Yes, Curry would have still been shooting threes, but the Splash Brothers would not exist. He would have not have took his butt to any finals. And this whole he would have just been a Reggie Miller, a Ray Allen, whatever like that. A good shooter, a good 3-point shooter, but that's it. If he was coming to get Curry, he would throw it to Clay. If he was coming to get Clay, he was throwing it to Curry, and these dudes were destroying you. It was over. So it was them on the 3-point line shooting a three. That's it. Curry did not change no game. It was Curry and Clay. When you heard about Curry, what did you hear about? The Splash Brothers. Yes, did Curry always have a little bit more skills? Yes. It's like Michael Jordan ain't winning no championships without Scottie Pippen. Now, did Scottie Pippen drive Michael Jordan to win? No, he didn't. But this was the tandem that would destroy you. Just like Kareem and Magic, they would destroy you. You can go down the line with all-time great duos. Cousy and Russell. Stockton and Malone. I know they didn't win no championships, but these guys would destroy you. Who was it? Shaq and Kobe. That's how it was. Take your pick, and then you can go down to trios if you want. Draymond Green, you throw them in there with the Warriors, and Horace Grant with the Bulls, and Jordan and Pippen, and Ginobili, Parker, and Duncan. We talk about trios. Magic, Kareem, and Worthy. But let's not get too far off the subject. So Curry did not change the game. Curry and Clay changed the game. But what I'm trying to say is the whole damn team was not trying to sit at the 3-point line. This is a lie, and they're trying to change history. Like the entire Warriors team was sitting at the 3-point line. This was not the case. This is a game that they don't want real men playing no more. Men who don't have any positional skills. I'm sorry. Just let me say this. When you look at these guys play, go back and look at the 90s. Go back and look. Matter of fact, just go look at the 210s. Or matter of fact, no, don't look at the 210s. Look at the 2000s. And we won't even say, go back when Jordan was playing. Look at 2004 all the way until 2009. Or 2010, my fault. And go look at these guys. And look at the guys that are playing today. You're going to start laughing. Because we won't even go back to the 90s. Because those guys couldn't even play, remember. I don't even know why the league was around in the 210s and now. This is when the NBA really started, according to the LeBron fans. Those guys were just out, they're just garbage back then. But look at when LeBron James came in the league, 2003, 2004, all the way to 2010. Look at those men. And look at the men today. They look like little kids today. They don't even look like men. They don't look like basketball players. They don't even look, I'm trying to tell you. They don't have a cut on their arm. They don't even look like they've been eating. They're so little. And I was telling you last night, I said, look, the Spurs team is garbage. I don't care how they kept up with the Lakers. That's the Lakers not playing defense because this is what they do. Because if they play balls to the wall defense, it will expose LeBron James. So they got to play this lackadaisical defense. And I told you, I said, if they play real defense, this Lakers team is top 5 easily in the West. Easily. There's no doubt about it. But they can't play that type of defense. They got to play lax because if they do play real defense, it exposes LeBron James. So they don't really want nothing all season except for controversy. Oh, what's going on with the Lakers? How come they're on this 5-game losing streak? They need more help. What's wrong with the coach? Blah, blah, blah. They're still going to get the headlines. It don't matter what you're out here doing. Joker, Giannis, all these other guys can average a triple-double, and it means absolutely nothing. The Lakers will still get the headlines. It don't matter. It don't matter. Joker could average 40 points in a season, and none of that will matter. So the Lakers don't even have to play real basketball as long as they're just out here playing, and they're going to get all the headlines. And these guys in this league, they don't really care. As long as they're getting paid, I don't believe they're getting paid none of this money that we've been told. It's a joke. Nobody's watching this crap. So now, like I was saying, before the last 3 years, it was like four guys sitting on the three-point line. Now, how the offense starts now, the big man has to be on the top of the key. Excuse me. The big man has to be on top of the key, or he has to be at the three-point line. He can't even go to the middle. What's up with that? What kind of basketball are they really playing? Literally, you have to play this style of basketball. It has to be implemented into each team. And who is doing this? The league? The league is saying everybody has to play this style of basketball, or you can't play in the NBA. So therefore, the NBA is scripting, literally scripting the style of offense in the game. Not that one team is running a Princeton, not the other team's running a triangle. They're literally scripting the same offense. So therefore, you got the same defense. And therefore, everybody knows everybody's plays. And what's going to happen? So now, it's only about who can defend it. This is real basketball? So you're trying to tell me these are real coaches? These are actors. These aren't real coaches. I don't care. When you see some of these old coaches that played even that played in the 210s, because this ain't even a 210s game. Where they played in the 210s, 2000s, the 90s? Really? And they're coaching this? No, you're not coaching nothing. You just got a job in the NBA. That's it. Because you're broke. You don't have any money. Even though we was told these guys made tens of millions of dollars and $100 million contracts. These guys are broke for some reason. And they just can't go off and live the rest of their lives. They got to work in the NBA. What happens to all the money? Nobody knows why these guys have to put on makeup after they retire and can't go enjoy their lives. That's sad. That's some of the saddest things I've ever seen. I'm being serious. It's sad. Again, I retired with hundreds of thousands in the bank. I'm getting pension. I'm getting Social Security. I'm getting money from my 401k. And then after I retire, I got to go back to work again. and that's not even no comparison. We're talking about these guys supposedly made tens of millions of dollars and they can't go and retire. These guys ran a basketball court for years. Since they was in, maybe since they was in elementary school, middle school, high school, college, pros. And now you can't even relax and enjoy your life. That's crazy. So now, of course, now you got five guys at the three-point line. This is crazy, man. I just don't even know now. This is a whole different thing. So let's look at this. I want to talk about some of these scores. And Tim Legler, and we was talking about Richard Jefferson and whoever the play-by-play guy was with Richard Jefferson. Richard Jefferson, both of these guys lie. Richard Jefferson come out of the closet. We all know you've been eating Fruit Loops. And that's not the problem. The problem with this guy is that this guy is paid to lie. Lie all game. Wow. You really? Really? We never seen nothing like this. You never seen a guy get a rebound? You never seen a guy block a shot? You never seen Hakeem? Will Chamberlain never lived? Bill Russell never lived? Ewing never lived? Alonzo Mourning never lived? Matumbo never lived? I mean, what is this guy talking? David Robertson never lived? Tim Duncan never lived? They never seen anybody get a rebound or block a shot like Wemby, who to me really isn't this defensive force. He just happens to be tall. He's not a real enforcer. And they happen to say, "Oh man, last year, he came into the NBA, and he's getting stronger now. Getting stronger to what? Who are you battling? You can't even get position in the paint. Who was that? Reeves was stopping this guy from getting position in the paint. How's that possible? All night he was getting. So why is this guy getting bigger? If half of his shots is coming from three, why is he getting stronger? Why is he in the weight room for what? 3-point shooters don't need to get strong. Why is a 7'4" center waiting until he gets into the NBA to get strong? Folks, they showed this guy in the pregame What was he doing? He wasn't on the block doing no giving you no paint work, practicing on his paint moves or a little um mid range shot. This guy was shooting threes like Steph Curry. They even went and showed Steph Curry during the game warming up, shooting from three, and basically they were showing you the same thing with Wemby, warming up before the game, shooting threes. This is a joke, folks. It's a complete joke. So let's look at these scores because it's going to be funny. Let's keep these scores in mind, and who loses. Keep this in mind as far as who the Lakers are going to have to play, because suddenly what we're going to see is good teams lose in the cup, in season tournament cup, and this whole thing is going to line up for the Lakers. It's going to line up for the Lakers. And we're going to go over these scores in a minute, but I was not wrong. I thought I was wrong the other day when I told you, how are they playing an in-season tournament cup game one day, and then the next game they're not, and then the next game they are, and then the next game they're playing a regular season game, or something like that. One game you're playing the in-season tournament, and then 3 games you're playing a regular season game, and then you play in-season tournament game, and then you don't play another in-season tournament game for another 4 or 5 days. So basically, one game you got the mindset of you're playing in a tournament, and then the next 2, 3, 4 games you got to go back to the mindset of regular season, and then after that you have to have the mindset of playing in the tournament again. How does that make any sense? How does that make any sense? You told the waitress to bring you a Coca-Cola. She brings you a Diet Coke. You're like, oh, what the hell is this? What is this? So Mike Breen, and I watched a little bit of the Golden State game. Mike Breen and Tim Legler, they doing the same thing as Richard Jefferson. On TV, lying, trying to pump this in-season tournament up as it's going to be one of the biggest things ever in NBA history. People last year thought it was a joke. A lot of players, was really not on board with it until it hit the floor. As soon as it hit the floor, everybody was happy. This was a thing to contend for. This was a thing to have. This is what they told you. Much like the bubble, nobody last year really gave a damn about this in-season tournament. You know why? Because all the good teams were getting beat. Players were out. The Lakers played a bunch of nobodies with losing records. The Pacers were supposed to be this good team that made it to the championship round and got their doors blown off. They just forgot how to play suddenly, right? So let's look at it. The Pacers lost to the Heat. Nobody knows what's wrong with the Pacers this year. All of a sudden they're garbage. The Magic beat the Sixers. And the Heat didn't even have a better record than the Pacers. As much garbage as the Pacers is, they didn't even have a better record coming into that game. So another better team, I'm not going to say they're good, but they had a better record than the Heat, and the Pacers got beat. A team without Paolo Banchero, I think that's his name, the Magic beat the 76ers. Really? Well, let's look at this real quick. Paul George, 13 points. So this guy got this big contract and was scratching his head why the Clippers didn't treat him better. And this is what he does. Remember, this is this in-season tournament that they're claiming that everybody's, all the NBA players are playing for. They're hyped for this year. This guy was 4-15 in 36 minutes, 3 of 9 from the 3. 13 points, like I said. Of course, 4 turnovers. I mean, really? Joel Embiid, 5 for 15 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3. And the only reason why he scored 20 points is because he got to the line 10 times. Now, this is something, at least this guy is smart enough to know nobody can stop him in the paint. And if you even say hi to him, the refs are going to call foul. This is another LeBron James, another branch out to LeBron James type of dude for the NBA. So this is what I'm saying. You got Wemby who refuses to go down there. It will go to the line about 22 times a game if he showed the officials that he's a damn center. But instead, he's showing the officials that he's a what? A Steph Curry? This makes no sense. Joel Embiid couldn't even get you 10 rebounds, one block, really, 6 turnovers, and 20 points. It's an embarrassment, guys. Why is Kyle Lowry still playing? Um, so that's basically it for that game. It's a joke. But again, it just coincides. What I'm trying to say is all these good teams are going to lose, and the Lakers will have nobody to play. Look, I don't even care if the Lakers end up playing Golden State. Golden State is going to lose. Anthony Davis is going to dominate. Is going to dominate Golden State. It's over. It's over. That Golden State team ain't really good as what you think, man. They're good in this era, but listen. So for whatever this means, the Pistons beat the Raptors. I don't know what happened to the Raptors. I thought they were a little bit better last year. The Hawks beat the Wizards. The Knicks beat the Nets. All that really don't matter because that's in the East. We'll see who comes up out of the East. Of course, the Lakers beat the Spurs. The Rockets beat the Clippers. So the Clippers they're not going nowhere in this in-season tournament. This is the game right here that is head-scratching. The Pelicans, without Zion, beat the Nuggets because Joker was out for personal reasons. Now, I don't know it said personal reasons. I don't know if somebody was hurting his family, somebody was sick in his family. I'm just saying, guys, it's just a coincidence. Just a coincidence. Just a coincidence. This guy didn't show up for the in-season tournament. And I keep trying to tell you, because the Lakers are going to win this again, they're going to make this the biggest thing. They're going to make this is going to be bigger than the NBA Finals now. That's what they're going to make this. I'm serious. When the Lakers win again, we should call this the in-season LeBron Cup. Why not? LeBron won the first two. Kenny won the first three. For real. It's not even a real tournament. They play one game, and then they don't play another game for another 4 days. They go on to play regular season games for 4 days. You can't be serious. So you got the Thunder that beat the Suns, and they don't even have their center. He's out for OKC. So I guess Kevin Durant is still out. Of course. Let's line everything up like it's supposed to be, right? For the Lakers, Booker only scores 12. Now remember, the play-by-play guys were telling us that the players are so into this thing this season, and they even was last season. This thing is something big to them, and it means something. Booker, 12 points, didn't even shoot a three in 34 minutes, 2 for 10 from the field. Who is this other guy? Goodness, I forget his name. The other star player, not Durant, the other one. He's not even on here. He didn't play in the damn game. I mean, what is this? SGA had 28 points, 2 for 7 from three. I'll tell you what, man. When you look at some of this scoring, these great players, all this stuff is starting to come down. They're not putting up these all-time great numbers like last year or the year before. They're just not, man. They're just not. I mean, Joker is, but as far as these other guys in this running gun, three-point shooting league, they're not putting up these crazy numbers like they was. Just they're not. Yeah, the Cavs beat the Bulls. They destroyed them. That's the final championship game that I think is going to happen. The Lakers and the Cavs, and the Lakers end up winning. They're going to get all these foul calls. Anthony Davis is going to destroy whoever's in the middle. And you got the Warriors. They beat the Grizzlies Wow, was that that was a running gun game right there. And then you had the Kings, who fell to the Timberwolves. Nobody knows what's going on with the Kings. This would be easy work for the Lakers because if they met Minnesota, because Minnesota has nobody. Anthony Davis will start eating Rudy Gobert in the paint. It will be easy work. And Anthony Davis, the next Michael Jordan, he will bow down to LeBron's feet if he saw LeBron um, in an in-season tournament. This is what this guy does, right? Remember, he lost in the 23 FIBA, didn't even get a medal, got beat by the fake Rondo Schroeder of Germany, and I think they won the gold. And LeBron said, "I'm rebuilding this team." Anthony Edwards, if you want to play on this Olympic team, you have to come off the bench. Remember, this is the next Michael Jordan coming off the bench. What a joke for the ages. Imagine Michael Jordan coming off the bench at any time in his college career, the NBA. It would be a joke. I think he did come off the bench when he was 40 years old with that busted knee his last years. It took that. A man who couldn't even walk. Just imagine Michael Jordan playing in the Olympics at 38, 39 years old. What was he, 39, LeBron? What a complete joke. They would need just a win against a slow-footed Rudy Gobert in a Wemby, who is a rookie. Just so the USA could win, they would need a 40-year-old Michael Jordan. And all these guys are about the same age that was on that dream team. All right, so put basically that same dream team that's already old at 38, 39, 37, 40 years old to be all those guys on that 92 dream team at 37, 38, 39 to be a slow-footed Rudy Gobert in a rookie Wemby in France. And sometimes barely beat South Sudan, barely beat Serbia. Wow, there will be no NBA today if those guys at that age had to go play in the Olympics. There would be no NBA today. And this is the reason why they have to change the format of the NBA. They have to change the format of American basketball. Because once they saw LeBron in the LeBron era get smoked in the '04 Olympics, smoked in the '06 FIBA, they knew these guys weren't the same men that played in the '90s. They knew it already. When they saw that team get beat by Ginobili in the Argentinas, not one melanated brother on that team. Would that be something Stephen A. Smith could really speak his opinion on that? Not one melanated brother on that team. And they beat the LeBron cast of characters. What about Greece? Nobody even knows who these guys were. No NBA players on that team in the '06 FIBA. Again, once they saw that these guys were not what '90s, '80s, '70s players were, poopy pants, they had to start changing the NBA, starting with the defensive rules. We got to get rid of defense. Whoops, LeBron didn't make the playoffs his first 2 seasons. Let's get rid of defense. This guy looks crazy I'm serious, man. When this guy's out there dribbling the ball, he looks crazy. He doesn't look like he's going to, pull up or make no moves like, Tracy McGrady or Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or Allen Iverson. This guy has become a football player to bull charge over people, stiff arm, hook people, and do all this nonsense because he literally he possesses no basketball skills with the basketball in dribbling. His Magic Johnson-esque playmaking is basically just coming down the court and throwing the ball to somebody. There's no going through heavy traffic, between the legs pass, no look pass, none of this stuff. It does not exist. You want to see great ball passers? How can you be a great ball passer when you're not even a great ball handler? So I will literally gnaw you down if you play defense, and they will not call it. I've already told you, these guys aren't real officials because they don't call carry, travel, palming the ball, which means if that's the job that they have to do, or call offensive foul on LeBron James all the time. So if they don't do these things, Not only with LeBron's case, but all these players' case, and that's the job they have to do. Then this is not a real sports league. It's not. And I told you in 2000 when he went to Miami Heat and he taunted the whole entire league and he built his super team, there was no pushback from the owners or the players about none of this. And for the most part, the media, you already knew it was not a real sports league after that. So, as players that's competing on the highest level, when this happens, you're supposed to not say nothing. Why not? You get paid. You play in the NBA. So who told you not to say nothing or you're in trouble? So you're supposed to take the best players out the damn league and play with them and say you're an all-time great? Michael Jordan said, "Come on, Ewing. Come on, Barkley. I'm an all-time great." And he did it twice before Durant even did it once. But remember, Durant is vilified for this. He's the worst guy ever, but LeBron did it twice before Kevin Durant did it. So basically, Kevin Durant gets all the heat because he won up LeBron James, because he came through on what he was supposed to do. He didn't lose in the finals. Well, he lost to Toronto, but we know what happened there. He was hurt. Clay was hurt. It took that. And he beat LeBron James. Didn't lose to LeBron James in the finals. So he's a bad guy for one-upping LeBron at his game. But LeBron's not a bad guy according to ESPN and Fox for doing what Durant did, and he did it twice before Durant did. Makes sense of that. Nobody even knew who. What was it when they played in the 2015 finals? Go look at that. Look at the resumes of Draymond Green and Clay. It's a joke. There's nothing there. There's no all NBA teams. I think one of them had an all-star team or something like that. The guys weren't known for nothing. They weren't known for nothing. Michael Jordan was playing the Trailblazers had already went to the finals. He was playing teams that the Lakers. They have mad finals experience and guys with all NBA teams, all this stuff, all stars. There was nothing on the resume except for Curry. He had only been one time MVP in a couple All-Star games. So yeah, the in-season tournament is a complete joke, and we all know what's going to happen. Suddenly, people like Joker is out for personal reasons, right? Um, a slew of guys are hurt. Kevin Durant's gone. Oh, that's who it was. Bill is out all of a sudden. He won't play in that Suns game. It's just how can we take this serious? The Sixers aren't playing to win this. So to me, unless something freakish happens, which is highly possible in this, ain't gonna say it, but I see the Lakers in the West eventually playing Golden State and then beating Golden State. I just don't see nobody being able to clamp down on AD. AD's gonna destroy him. AD showed Wemby what a real center is. Go shoot your threes like an idiot while I sit in here and eat in the paint because there's nobody to stop me. So why would I go out there and shoot all these threes? It makes no sense. And at the end of the day, the Lakers, who are a good team but play around, I'm not going to say they're the best team or nothing like that, but they can play up to. Even when they lost to the Denver last year, they played them close in all four games. So they're going to play Golden State. They're going to end up beating Golden State. I won't be surprised if Curry goes 3 for 20 from the three. This is how these things work, right? And Curry won't even care because remember Curry bowed down to LeBron after he won him that gold medal. Curry is a sissy. Curry's a sissy. Curry don't want no spotlight. This is a Curry league. Remember, if let's say Curry would have retired 5 years ago, what do you have? Curry is really what's driving this league. The fans love Curry. The fans have always loved Curry since 2015 more than they love LeBron. They just shove LeBron as the face of Curry. Don't want to be the face of this league. Curry don't care about this, man. Curry can't say LeBron in the Olympics. Saved him. And Curry just getting his money on the side. He don't care, man. Curry don't want none of this scrutiny and and be the face of the league. Curry be chilling, man. Curry don't want none of this. Curry got money. He ain't got to be some fake GOAT. He got 4 championships on LeBron's watch, and guess what? He's got 2 chips without a super team. How many chips does LeBron have without a super team? 0. Tell me what you think.